You're watching LMCC, your community TV.
Hello, welcome to The Pulse. I'm Jennifer Ray, and today we are highlighting WeCAB, a very important organization in our community, and I have as a very special guest today, Katie Boller, Gosewisch. And so, Katie, thank you for coming. She's the executive director, and it's a pleasure to have you here today. We're going to talk and let people know what it is in the community, exactly what WeCAB is, but it's really important for a lot of people. So why don't we first start with, what exactly is WeCAB?
WeCAB is a volunteer-based organization that provides supplemental transportation for people over the age of 18 who don't have transportation for whatever reason. So we have two different chapters, one in Westonka and one in Carver County, that provides that service. We basically are working to bridge that barrier between people who don't have transportation and get them to basic services and needs that they don't have.
Well, how important is that? There's a lot of reasons that people need a ride someplace, and oftentimes it might be a physical disability that doesn't allow them to drive. Now, how does that exactly work? Like Uber, you call and somebody comes and picks you up. So for these drivers are all volunteer?
Correct.
And how many drivers do you have?
We have, between the two chapters, probably around 50 to 60 volunteer drivers.
And in a perfect world, how many would you have?
A lot more. We need quite a few more. How it works, you asked that question earlier. Yeah. We have dispatchers, so we have volunteer dispatchers, and the riders call in Monday through Friday between 9 and 1, and they request the rides. And then the ride requests go out to all of the volunteer drivers via email, and then the volunteer drivers can pick up whatever rides they can take. So they get an email every day saying, Jennifer wants to go to Cub on Tuesday at 10 a.m. And then Katie, the driver, can say she can accept that ride. And so that ride is accepted. And then if it's a one-way ride, like Jennifer just wants to go to Cub and she wants to stay there all day, then Jennifer gets that ride and that ride is accepted.
So I'm there, let's say I'm going to be there for a half hour, 45 minutes doing my groceries. Maybe I have I've got a walker or something like that. Does the person wait, or is it a different person that then comes at 11 o'clock and picks them up from Cub Foods?
It's entirely dependent on how you request the ride. So if you request a one-way ride or a round-trip ride, that's how that works. So what is really nice as a volunteer then, if you want to go to Cub, so say I have some grocery shopping to do, I too can get my grocery shopping done at the same time, which is great.
Perfect.
So I know that one of our volunteers was taking someone to an Aldi grand opening and was kind of excited to go see what an Aldi was like, and so she was able to do that at the same time. So what's very nice and very flexible about volunteering for WeCAB is that you are able to go, and even if you're taking someone to the doctor and there's a Target nearby and you're waiting for someone while they're at the doctor, you can go and get your groceries or your errands done while you're waiting, and then return for the pickup at the end of the appointment.
How do you register as a rider?
Well, you call our 844 number, and if you live in the Westonka service area or the Carver County service area, you follow the prompts on the telephone, and our rider registrar will get in touch with you. Once you're registered as a rider, you would, to request a ride, then you would call in that same 844 number and follow the prompts to request a ride. Monday through Friday, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. is when you can request the rides. Rides need to be requested within with at least 24 hours advance notice. If you want a weekend ride, I think we need about 48 hours notice, so those have to be requested by Wednesday or Thursday.
What's nice about that is it sounds like you don't, although most people are technology oriented nowadays anyway, but you don't have to have technology. All you have to have is a phone, and you can call in to participate.
The most amount of technology you need is a touch-tone phone.
What is the mission of WeCAB?
Our mission is to provide safe, affordable, flexible, supplemental transportation to people who do not have it.
I don't know if people who are fortunate enough to be healthy and can drive to realize what a restriction it is. We just take for granted because we can just hop in our cars and go.
I think, I don't think I understood that when I actually applied for the position of executive director the first time. As I become more and more familiar with WeCAB as an organization and with the problem of transportation for people without transportation, the barrier it provides for people to get to basic needs, and the role that transportation plays in that difficulty, I am amazed at what this organization does for this community and the community in Carver County. It's amazing to me how amazing it is that it has been built up these many years solely by volunteers, and the service they provide and the people they meet. And sometimes we are their only link to the outside world for so many people. And sometimes we are their only link to be able to make them mobile again. So sometimes we help out for a period of time just to get them back to the point where they can be mobile.
And does it cost them anything, or what is the charge?
We have no mandated fee. We have a suggested contribution based on our mileage. So all those fees can be found on our website, but it isn't mandated. We don't turn away anyone based on their ability to make that contribution. We do not at all refuse service. So
Sure.
If people need it, we provide it.
And you said that there were two different chapters, West Tonka and then Carver. Geographically, that's a really large area. We need volunteers everywhere to facilitate
Right,
this.
it is. And they drive, and they do drive into into the downtown Minneapolis, St. Paul area. I mean, as long as we have a driver willing to provide the ride, we don't really limit where we will drive to. I mean, I'm not saying we're offering to drive to Denver, but we will drive. We have a lot of people who have physicians in the downtown area, so people want to keep up with those physicians and go to those appointments. And so we drive to those areas. So we need the volunteers. We need the volunteers.
And what are the hours that you can get a ride? Is it just Monday through Friday? Is it weekends? Is it 6 o'clock? I'm gonna meet a friend for dinner, but they can drive me home, kind of a thing? Or is it just during the day?
I think I talked to somebody the other day who said they picked up a 10 o'clock ride, a 10 p.m. ride at night. So if you request it, you can request the ride. And if there is a volunteer driver willing to take that ride, then you've got it.
So how is this funded? I'm assuming, what have you done in the past for fundraising? Is that the main source, or what are the sources of revenue to fund it?
Well, we have the suggested contributions, like we talked about earlier. We have Ridgeview Medical Center has given to us very generously. Various service clubs, Rotary clubs, Lions clubs in the area have been very generous. Our donors are listed on our site, our website again. There's talk about doing some fundraising events. So I'm not sure what we're going to decide on yet, but I'm hoping for some maybe some more exciting things in the future, possibly different grants, things like that.
Writing the grants, you're going to be doing the grant writing?
I think a lot of it will come to me, but certainly there'll be assistance from others.
So if there's a grant writer out there?
If there is a grant writer out
And
there
you
that
would like
wants
to volunteer
to offer
your
up some
time,
assistance, absolutely.
That would be very appreciated. And we need donors.
Absolutely.
We need, in a perfect world, grant writers, technology, drivers. What all can we include?
We need drivers. We need dispatchers. We offer the training, and it's extremely flexible. I have a dispatcher in Arizona who dispatches from Arizona. So someone who lived here and is just so committed to the program, and so loves the program, dispatches from Arizona. And she also helps out with graphic design, and is just a wonderful, wonderful person, and is also kind enough to be on a different time zone. So So when I'm up late at night, she is communicating with me, and so that's kind of fun. We have people who go on vacation and dispatch while they're on vacation. So when they're out of the country, sometimes they're dispatching. So it's extremely flexible. So you can do that kind of volunteer work wherever you go. Drivers can decide when they drive and when they don't drive, and they can do their errands while they do it. So it's volunteering at your leisure, kind of. You're getting something done, you're doing something for the community, and you're doing something for yourself at the same time.
One last question. What kind of money are we looking for as a contribution for like an annual budget? Would we be incredibly blessed if someone sent in $50,000 or?
We are incredibly blessed when anybody sends us anything, be that their time or their money. But to continue on in some sort of perpetuity, to be able to continue being a source of solution to this barrier between people and their basic needs and getting them to them. Any sort of annual pledge or annual contribution of substance is what we need. We need to be able to have something to depend upon to be able to keep our organization going and growing. And we want to be able to grow, and we want to be able to bring it to other service areas. And other service areas want it. So in order to do that, we do need funds, and we absolutely need volunteers. We need them both.
Sure, as every organization does. Well, I want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
And I wish you all the best. I think now that you're at the helm, I can just envision that this is going to be growing and exponentially over the next several years. So
that's my hope.
Yeah, congratulations. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming on the program.
Thank you.
And good luck to you and everyone involved in WeCAB.
Thank you.
I'm Jennifer Ray. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out the website, and if you can volunteer, drive, even if it's, one day a month or something, every little bit would help. And until next time, thanks for watching. I'm Jennifer Ray.